Paul George explains how the James Harden trade hurt the Clippers' playstyle. The Clippers' playstyle was altered with the acquisition of James Harden, according to Paul George. The Los Angeles Clippers made the big swing to acquire James Harden last season. Paul George opened up on how the team was dramatically altered after the trade, recognizing what Harden added to the team on the court but lamenting the loss of Robert Covington and Nicholas Batum based on how hot the season started. We started the year off hot. Everybody was playing well. There was the energy there. It was kind of like the first time of us all being healthy with Russ now. It was the emergence of what it's like being with Russ now, with myself healthy, Kawhi healthy, and Russ full-time here. It was kind of like a fresh start of what we thought could work. The Clippers would lose their first 6 games with Harden on the roster, with George explaining why the team had to go through that rough stretch after losing all their switchable wing defenders who could also play as small ball centers. Then we traded to get James, and it's not James' fault why we struggled, but the lost part of that was we lost Rocco, we lost Nico. Those were our glue guys. They were our defenders. It had nothing to do with grabbing James. It was more of losing those guys, KJ Martin as well. The players they lost built the foundation of hustle the Clippers under Ty Lue have been known for, which George felt on the court. Losing those guys hurt us. They would get rebounds, they would block shots, they would rotate. They were defensive guys, so you could plug these guys around Kawhi, Russ. They did a lot of dirty work. Now you grab James, who is super talented offensively. Me and Kawhi became the dirty guys, and we have to score too. The Clippers had to suffer these losses before adapting to a new playstyle altogether. Thankfully, the talent of the players meant they would figure it out soon, as that 0-6 stretch was followed up with 31 wins and 8 losses before minor injuries hurt their momentum. Their chances of contention were ruined with Kawhi Leonard got hurt in April, but they still won 2 playoffs games without Kawhi to show that George and Harden are still talented enough to lead them to the playoff wins. Both George and Harden will be entering free agency this summer, with both ideally hoping to return to the Clippers and usher in a new era. George had nothing but positive things to say about Harden after their season together, lauding his offensive ability and calling him the best passer he's ever played with. James was awesome for us, one of the best passers I've played with, and one of the best playmakers. The way he sees the floor and takes care of the ball, not just the passes he makes, but his ball security. It's just impressive for how much he's in pick and roll and tight spaces, especially in this stage of his career where he's older and having young guards pick him up. Harden averaged 16.6 points, 5.1 rebounds, and 8.5 assists this season, while George averaged 22.6 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 3.5 assists. Their futures are up in the air right now, with George being one of the top free agent targets for other teams this summer, while Harden seems to be headed towards an extension in LA.